what's going on, guys? And welcome to another Unusual Suspects reaction video. And this one, we're going to look at every actor in Star Wars Episode 1 and where you'd known them from. Excuse me. Which sounds pretty interesting, so I'm excited to watch it. And we'll put it on.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Alright.
So, have you ever watched a movie, seen a familiar actor in it, and been all like, oh man, I know that face. Where do I know that person from?
Aren't we all?
Oh! Well, this new series I'm piloting will aim to answer that question. My plan is to go through some of the very well-known films you likely have seen a million times and show you who every actor in the movie is, who they are and what they're known for. Because you might be surprised just how lush the careers are of actors with even the smallest of parts. And Star Wars, I think, is a good place to start. But these films are packed with famous names and cameos. And I am convinced that I am going to blow your mind here. Because there's some very famous people in these films that you have seen many times and you likely have never recognized them. Or there might be some lesser known actors you'll see in this video and you'll be like, wait, that person was also in this thing? Huh. So best I show rather than tell. So let's begin with Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace.
With all due respect, the ambassadors for the Supreme Chancellor wish to board immediately.
So playing these Republic cruise pilots is Silas Carson on the left and Brona Gallagher on the right. Gallagher is a prolific Irish singer/actress. She's been in a ton of stuff like Pulp Fiction, and here she is in Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, I see two
Well, she's a
men.
bit different in there.
Brothers, not in blood, but in bond.
Now, if you're a Star Wars nerd and you don't know who Carson is, this will interest you. Carson is the man behind Jedi Ki-Adi-Mundi and Newt Gunray. Yeah, this is what he looks like without all the prosthetics. Also, kind of bizarre he's in two places at once here. I think this might qualify as suicide.
Make yourself
Well, there's Jarvis and Vision.
will be with you shortly.
Now, TC-14 is voiced by Scottish film and stage actress Lindsay Duncan. She's been in a ton of films and shows like the Oscar-winning Birdman.
And I'm going to close your play. Would you like to know
I've known her from Doctor Who.
I hate you.
Also, remember
in the episode
that
Wars of
green
Mars.
leader pilot from Return of the Jedi?
3 of them coming in, 20 degrees.
Well, that's actor Hilton McRae, who is Lindsay Duncan's husband. Such a cute couple.
Master Yoda said I should be mindful of the future.
But not at the expense of the moment.
I should play the one-off
Of course,
companion
we
in
have
Doctor
our
Who.
leads, Ewan McGregor and Liam Neeson. Both extremely well-known actors today, but it might interest you to know how they got their start. Neeson's first acting role was that of Jesus Christ in the 1978 movie Pilgrim's Progress.
Father, forgive them.
It's funny because it's Obi-Wan that gets all the memes about looking like Jesus. You sure you don't want to change your Messiah there, Internet? And McGregor, who, fun fact, is the nephew of Dennis Lawson, the man who played Wedge Antilles in the original trilogy,
Already know
got
that.
his acting debut on the small screen. One of his very first roles was in the 1993 four-part television series Scarlet and Black, acting alongside Rachel Weisz.
Mamselle, I pledge to you eternal secrecy. All that has transpired will be consigned forthwith to the Sea of Forgetfulness.
The Chancellor should never have brought them into this. Kill them immediately.
Playing Palpatine is Scottish actor Ian McDiarmid, a prolific theatre actor, joining the Royal Shakespeare Company in 1974 and acting alongside several legendary names like Ian McKellen and Judi Dench.
Here's a farmer that hangs himself
I only know him as Palpatine.
on expectation of plenty.
Oh, there they are.
His movie exploits aren't too notable outside of Star Wars, but here he is in Sleepy Hollow.
You have moved the body?
I did.
You must never move the body.
Why not?
Because.
What is going on down there?
We lost the transmission, sir.
So this is crazy. The voice of this Neimoidian here is provided by Amanda Lucas, one of George Lucas's daughters, who has a live-action cameo later on during the pod race scene. Also worth noting that Amanda had a brief stint as an MMA fighter.
I think I just keep doing what I'm doing and, keep winning fights and keep winning them decisively and showing that I'm, the real deal and that I'm here to stay.
I would pay big money to see her kick the shit out of some toxic Star Wars fans.
The Senate will never know. Do you think she suspects an attack?
So this Neimoidian, canonically known as Rune Harko, is voiced by James Taylor, who's done minor work on various television series over the years. Here he is in the very early days of the Australian soap Neighbours.
Lorraine isn't going to marry you. I can't say I'm sorry. In fact, I'm delighted. For all our sakes.
Check the transmission generator.
Didn't know you were into soaps.
So here we have a cameo. This guard is played by Roman Coppola. Yeah, Coppola. He's the son of Francis Ford Coppola. And he's had a hell of a career himself as a screenwriter for films like Moonrise Kingdom and Isle of Dogs, and for directing the award-winning Mozart in the Jungle. And you might be wondering, Sofia Coppola is his sister, right? And you are correct. And she makes a cameo in The Phantom Menace 2 as one of Amidala's handmaidens. Sophia is of course known for her directorial endeavours in films like Marie Antoinette and Lost in Translation.
A communications disruption can mean only one thing: invasion.
So this gentleman is film and stage actor Oliver Ford Davies. Like McDermott, he's also a member of the Royal Shakespeare Company. He's also been in a ton of films and shows. Here he is in Game of Thrones. Like many, he has a brief stint in that show. And he also had the honour of playing the Archbishop of Canterbury in Johnny English.
Do you, or do you not, have tattooed on your bottom the words, Jesus is coming?
Look busy.
Are you insane?
The Senate would revoke their trade.
I actually thought he was gonna, play the clip where he
So quick question,
shows him his
do
ass.
you know what Captain Panaka's first name is? It's Quash. Seriously, that's his name. Quash. Now, if you're wondering, that name derives from the name of Panaka's actor, Q Quashie, another Royal Shakespeare Company member. For British audiences, will know
There's another actor who was in Doctor Who as well.
Colby City. Oh, and you might also know him as the immortal sword fighter Sunder from Highlander.
The gathering is here. Time's almost caught us, my friend.
I will not condone a course of action that will lead us to war.
So Natalie Portman, of course, plays Queen Amidala, later became a very famous actress, but Phantom Menace was far from her first role. You might be familiar with her film debut in Leon the Professional, but did you also know that before becoming an actress, Portman was part of a kids' pop group? But not just any pop group, an environmental pop group.
I see the forest growing tall.
Oh wow.
Smell the air so pure and sweet.
Now this is Natalie all grown up. They grow up so fast.
Either choice presents great danger to us all.
And many of you will know that Kiera Knightley plays Amidala's bodyguard double. Also became very well known, though like Portman, this wasn't her first acting gig either. Here she is at about age 9 in an episode of the police procedural series, The Bill.
He set traps for us. My mates were chicken. They didn't want to go in.
Well, you did.
I had to.
Mr. Corjata Binks, Mr. Your humble servant.
That won't be necessary.
Oh, but it is. 'Tis demanded by the gods, it is.
Ah, Jar Jar, voiced and motion captured by Ahmed Best. Recently, Best hosted a Star Wars-themed game show for kids called Jedi Temple Challenge. And believe it or not, despite the backlash he received, he went on to voice Jar Jar in future Star Wars projects, and even voiced him in Robot Chicken.
So burn your face. Eddie Popelli, what happened to you?
Oh, again, Jar Jar.
I should watch
You
that.
are going to the bosses. You are in big doo-doo this time.
So Captain Tarpals here is voiced by Welsh actor Steve Spears. He's appeared in films like Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest, and Aragon.
The king strip, best cut there is. The fat just melts into the meat.
Be gone with him.
So Boss Nass is voiced by the one and only Brian Blessed, who's a very well-known television presenter and actor in the UK. You might know him from Black Adam,
another actor in Doctor Who. Well, in
American
the
audiences
classic
might
series.
recognise him better as the voice of Clayton in Disney's Tarzan.
Professor, you are here to find gorillas, not indulge some girlish fantasy.
So, I'm unable to pinpoint where he is in this scene, but amongst all the extras here, Nathan Hamill is amongst them, the son of Mark Hamill. Apparently he plays some kind of law clerk here.
Being marched off by battle droids. There's one long shot that they take from the stairs where they have the celebration at the end.
Horizon, that doesn't compute. Wait, you're under arrest.
So this droid is voiced by Peter Serafinovich, who also voices this Gungan.
There's a comment!
But he also has a more notable role in this movie.
At last we will reveal ourselves to the Jedi. At last we will have revenge and cheese.
Yeah, he dubs over Ray Park as the voice of Darth Maul. And apparently he was going to return as Maul in Solo, though Disney decided to give all future Maul roles to Sam Witwer, who voices him in all the animated shows. Anyway, Serafinovich might look familiar to you. Here he is in Shaun of the Dead.
It's fucking Sunday, and I've got to go to fucking work in 4 fucking hours because every other fucker in my fucking department is fucking ill. Can you see why I'm so fucking angry?
And here he is in Guardians of the Galaxy.
That's Chris Pratt. Oh, there you are.
As for Ray Park himself, you might know
There we
him
go.
as Toad from X-Men, Snake Eyes from the G.I. Joe movies, and he also had the dubious honour to star in Ballistic X vs. Sever, otherwise known as the worst reviewed movie of all time on Rotten Tomatoes.
We've lost contact with their tactical unit.
They've used man in the assault vehicle. That's all we need to make them vocal.
Shit! Park also cameos elsewhere in the movie as this Naboo soldier.
Shield generator's been hit!
So playing the pilot here is actor Ralph Brown, who's had roles in films like With Nail and I, Alien 3, and Wayne's World 2.
That was quite a show, man.
You were at Woodstock?
Excellent. What was it like? Well, it rained all morning and then it cleared up in the afternoon. And that's it. I almost remembered something else then, but it's gone.
Thank you, R2-D2.
I just think
so
the
the man
toaster.
inside R2-D2 is the late Kenny Baker. He's appeared in many films like
I've
The
met him
Elephant
once at
Man
the Comic
and
Con.
Time Bandits.
That was no man. That was a supreme being. You mean God? Well, we don't know that well. We only worked for it.
He also played the Ewok Paplu in Return of the Jedi. That was the one who stole the speeder bike. He also was originally going to play Wicket as well, but he felt ill, and so the 11-year-old Warwick Davis got the role.
Ah, yes!
Aye, why not?
Nubian! We have lots of that.
So one Andy Seacombe voices Watto.
No money, no parts, no deal.
He's penned his own fantasy novels and does occasional acting work in video games and television. For example, here he is in Killing Eve.
Hello, Constantine.
Do come through.
I'm a pilot, you know, and someday I'm gonna fly away from this place.
Ah, Jake Lloyd, definitely best known for this role, though he also played Arnold Schwarzenegger's son in the Christmas movie Jingle All the Way. He also had a bit role
I
in
actually
an
enjoyed
episode of
Jingle All the Way.
How you doing there, fella?
I puked twice in the waiting room.
He's kind of embarrassed.
There's 6 other men in line for the bathroom.
Nowadays, though, his life is nothing short of tragic. He was arrested for reckless driving. He allegedly assaulted his own mother. His sister Madison, who cameos during the parade scene at the end of the movie, tragically lost her life at age 26, and now Lloyd has been diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia.
Fucking hell.
So this is a good one. So Bulba is voiced by Scottish voice actor Lewis MacLeod. Who's a talented impressionist and has done a ton of voice roles. He's the current voice of Postman Pat. If you happen to play Theme Park World, he voices the advisor in that game.
One of your rides is about to break down. Take cover!
And here's an odd one. For for several Star Wars games, he had the honor to play the role of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Yeah, so Bulba has provided the voice for Obi-Wan. What?
It's not about the mission, Master. It's something elsewhere. Elusive.
Oh, my bones are aching.
Have Jar Jar Binks voicing Darth Vader. Why not?
So this lady is the late Margaret Towner, playing the market vendor Jira. Towner did a bunch of television roles, notably appearing in the Ricky Gervais comedy drama Derek, still acting well into her 90s like a boss.
Where did you get your nails done?
Did it myself.
Really? You're clever as a
And so does Dick Van
I'm
Dyke.
clever then, 'cause I'm thick.
Don't think a thick person could do art.
I don't want you to raise. It's awful. I die every time Walter makes you do it.
So Anakin's mother, Shmi, is played by Swedish actress Pernilla August. August has had a prolific career in many films in Sweden, collaborating many times with director Ingmar Bergman. But one especially interesting role of note from August is from the made-for-TV movie Mary, Mother of Jesus, starring Batman himself, Christian Bale, as JC, and August as Mary of Nazareth.
Came to me to bring into this world. I try to keep him safe.
And here's the weird thing. Not only does August play yet another role as a mother who gives birth with no father, but this made-for-TV movie came out in 1999, the exact same year Phantom Menace came out. Talk about incredibly specific typecasting.
Hello, I am C-3PO, Human Cyborg Relations. How might I serve you?
So many of you will know that 3PO was played by Anthony Daniels. But did you also know that Anthony Daniels once played Legolas? Yeah, that's Legolas. Daniels voiced him in the 1978 Ralph Bakshi version of Lord of the Rings.
No resting can help you, Mr. Frodo, now. Only the hands of Elrond in Rivendell can do that.
Wow, a real astro droid. How do you get so lucky?
So Anakin's friend Kidster is played by Dhruv Chanchani, who now works at a web design company.
Oh, wow.
He still does interviews from time to time about his time on set, including this one where they were kind enough to make him a custom Funko Pop for his character.
This is amazing. Things I never thought I would see in my life. My own bobblehead.
Oh, no, you're okay, Andy.
Did you know that's Warwick Davis playing that alien? Yeah, and that's not the only cameo he makes in this movie. Here he is during the pod race scene. It might also interest non-UK viewers that Davis has had game show hosting duties on British television, most recently hosting Tenable on ITV.
Hello and welcome to Tenable, the show where naming the top 10 can win you a top cash prize.
You've been working on that thing for years.
Spicy didn't mention the Harry
That
Potter
there
bit.
is George Lucas's other daughter, Katie Lucas. Fans of the Clone Wars TV show will have a lot to thank her for, as she went on to help write several episodes for it.
The best thing about Lucasfilm is that we really are a family, and I'm not just saying that because I am family with George. It's fun to like be in a room with a bunch of people that you don't know, and by the end you guys are like best friends.
It's not gonna run.
This girl's name is Megan Udall. Information on her is scarce, but she apparently grew up to work as an accountant, working as the payroll accountant on Rise of Skywalker.
Come on, let's go and play ball. Keep racing, Annie. You're gonna be Bug Squad.
And this kid's name is Oliver Walpole, who is the son of Peter Walpole, the film's production designer. Turns out Oliver followed his father's footsteps. For example, he worked as an assistant set decorator on the Witcher TV series.
That's absolutely right. And a big turnout here from all corners of the Outer Rim territories.
Fode and Bede here are voiced by Greg Proops and Scott Capurro, who originally weren't joined together. Yeah, the two were planned to be fully practical aliens made up with makeup, but then in post they decided to go the fully CG route. Anyway, Capurro is an American comedian with some film roles like here in Mrs. Doubtfire.
The man has 5 o'clock shadow at 8:30 a.m. and you're worried about strings?
And Proops you might know from his appearances on Whose Line Is It Anyway? the announcer in the Wii game Mad World.
Greetings, Score Sport fans! It's a beautiful evening on Jefferson Island. Just perfect weather for our unwilling contestants to compete in the Vatican City Death Watch.
And is one of the voices of Bob the Builder.
Today's the day we're gonna build you all a shelter to sleep under too.
So Bib Fortuna here is played by a different person from Return of the Jedi. This is Matthew Wood, who works as a sound editor for many Star Wars projects. He also portrayed Fortuna in The Mandalorian, and also is a talented voice actor, providing the vocals for Odie Mangerel, the battle droids in the Clone Wars.
Take this upstairs, and be sure not to drop it. Whoa!
Kylo Ren in Star Wars Resistance, and for the one and only General Grievous. Needless to say, the dude is a legend.
He sure is.
So Star Wars nerds will recognise bounty hunter Aura Singh here, who apparently was going to play a role in episode 2, but got switched with Zam Wesell for some reason, though she does get her time to shine in the Clone Wars TV show, and eventually gets offed by Beckett, apparently.
You killed Aura Singh. Pushed her. Pretty sure the far killed her.
Anyway, she's played for all but 2 seconds here by model Michonne Boryeg, who apparently is good friends with Amy Allen and Shannon McRandall. Allen, who later plays Jedi Ayla Secura, and McRandall, who portrays fan favourite Mara Jade in photos
Ooh, I
taken
can see
for Star
why
Wars
she's a
card
fan
games.
favourite.
Look, here she is with Mark Hamill. How's that for a peek into an alternate universe?
Welcome, Your Highness. It's an honor to finally meet you in person.
General Zod.
Valorum, of course, is played by Terence Stamp. Very famous actor. My audience probably will know him best as General Zod in Superman 2.
Come to me, son of Jor-El! Kneel before Zod!
I do not believe the Sith could have returned without us knowing.
Yep, Samuel L. Jackson as Mace Windu needs no introduction. Apparently, Jackson is a huge Star Wars fan and was ecstatic to get the role. And they were very accommodating for him. The prop department were kind enough to engrave B and F on his lightsaber hilt.
Which one is it? It's the one that said bad motherfucker.
Now, I was wanting to show you all what Jackson's very first film role was, but here's the thing. I literally can't. The film is called Together for Days, also known as Black Cream. It came out in 1972 and starred Clifton Davis and Lois Chiles. Chiles being the Bond girl from Moonraker. But the thing about this movie is that it's lost. There's no known copies of it anywhere. Apparently, somebody bought a film print of it for $725 in 2017, but whoever that was hasn't shared it with anyone. So as of today, it remains elusive.
Oh? Trained as a Jedi, you request for him,
Yoda's voice and puppeteering work is provided by the one and only Frank Oz. Now, Oz has too many voice and puppeteering roles to count, but amongst them are Fungus in Monsters, Inc.
You're still behind, Randall. You know, maybe I should realign the screen intake valve. Get me another door! Ah, the door, yes, door!
Many of the Muppets, like Fozzie Bear and Miss Piggy. And also many characters in Sesame Street, like Cookie Monster.
I will be, quiet
The
like
guy's
this.
sticking a cookie jar.
And then you talk like that, we go crazy.
Boys here to see Padme.
So this is another very well-known actor with a bizarrely small part. This guard is played by Dominic West.
What?
He's been in a ton of stuff like The Wire, 300, and the 2018 live-action Tomb Raider, where he played Lara's father.
I began searching the world, desperate for a hint of another realm, for proof that the supernatural is real.
I'm sorry, Amy, but Pat is not here right now. Who is it? Anakin Skywalker, si Padme, Your Highness.
Playing the handmaiden Rave is Brazilian actress and model Carol Cristina da Silva, an avid puppeteer apparently, and now runs her own interview-focused YouTube channel.
May the force be with you.
This is incredible. We recommend a commission be sent to the bull to ascertain the truth.
So this Neimoidian is voiced by Toby Longworth, who also voiced the alien merchant who demanded Jar Jar pay for the food he ate. Longworth's done a ton of acting work, like here he is in the IT crowd.
You very old.
Let's move on! Oh, shut up!
And here is his voice in the horror game Amnesia: A Machine for Pigs.
I held your hand and watched the blood pool between your legs. You lived long enough to see Edwin, but not Enoch. I will take care of them, my love. I promise you this.
The Congress of Malastair concurs with the Honourable Delegate from the Trade Federation. A commission must be appointed.
So this alien from Malastair is voiced by a guy called Mark Sill, who's done commercial voice work portraying characters like Scooby-Doo and Johnny Bravo.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo!
He's done TV show announcer work on shows like Ant and Dec's Saturday Night Takeaway.
Jump on board! Take a ride! That's Adbert Parkland! Jump on board! Feel the high! That's Declan Donnelly!
Oh, and he also does the voice for the American version of Bob the Builder.
Windows and a front door. It's a house!
Who'd have thought Phantom Menace had two
I
Bob the
prefer Neil
Builders in it?
Morrissey.
Order!
So the Senate Speaker here, Mas Ameda, is played by Jerome St. John Blake. Blake had the honour of playing a whole bunch of aliens in the prequels, including all these guys. He also did standing acting for the film's pre-visual work.
Our fate is in your hands.
So in this scene, you might be surprised to hear that Thorin Oakenshield is in it. Yeah, actor Richard Armitage is right here as one of the Naboo star pilots. Armitage went on to do a ton of stuff. So many roles in so many television series. But my audience might recognise him most as the voice of Trevor Belmont in the Castlevania Netflix series.
Dracula taught a human woman how to be a doctor. What was first? Bloodletting.
Fighters, straight ahead. Roger, Bravo, leader.
This is actor Clarence Smith. Yet another Shakespearean actor, but he's also done lots of TV work, like as this barrister on Coronation Street.
You love your wife, while freely admitting to an affair with your babysitter. A woman you claim to have, cared for.
What's that? It's going up from the inside.
So this female pilot is played by actress Celia Imrie. She's been in many films and shows like The Best Exotic Marigold Hotel and Bridget Jones's Diary.
I was just saying, Jeffrey didn't contact you either to tell you that the Tarts and Vickers concept had gone out the window. Oh, yes, he did.
He was in Doctor Who as well. Blimey, any Doctor Who reference in this video.
Very exotic.
And she was a long-time collaborator with comedian Victoria Wood.
This place is a disgrace. Filthy, unhygienic, the food's not safe to eat, and the staff are all positively diseased. £2.95, please. On the other hand, it's very cheap and easy to park.
Now that poor pilot was ILM visual effects supervisor John Noel, who has done tons of visual effects work over the years, and along with his brother Thomas, created a little program called Photoshop. You might have heard of it.
Well, Photoshop's become an integral tool in all filmmaking.
I think there's a TV series called Premiere Pro.
Now this is interesting. This elated pilot is played by actor Benedict Taylor. Now, do you remember that green Twi'lek that gets eaten by the Rancor in episode 6?
Yeah.
Well, that was actress Femi Taylor. Yeah, these two are brother and sister. To answer the question you all have in your head, Femi was adopted. Now, Taylor's done lots of television work himself, and he has worked with Lucas before. Here he is in an episode of the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles.
No, Lieutenant, unless you're dressed for a masquerade, we fully expect to be saluted.
I've never seen that.
Your boldness has saved our people, Your Majesty. It's you who should be congratulated.
So two cameos in this scene. This guy is longtime Star Wars producer Rick McCallum.
It's so dense, every single image has so many things going on.
And the guy to the left of him is longtime Star Wars sound designer Ben Burt, who might interest you to know did the voice for Wall-E.
Wally's voice started with recordings I would make of myself.
and then it's analyzed and broken up into its component parts within the computer.
Also, Bert has cameoed before in Star Wars. This is him in Return of the Jedi. Free! Han Solo killed Wall-E. Unbelievable. So this animal handler is a guy called Dan Madston, who was the former president of the official Star Wars fan club. I guess the dude did such a good job they offered him a cameo. And finally, there's a notable actress who appears in the crowd here. Right here. Apparently that's Sally Hawkins, famous for her roles in Blue Jasmine, Godzilla, and The Shape of Water.
I have never seen it.
You're in a Star Wars movie and you haven't seen it?
No.
That might be a first. That'll make Star Wars fans, and they're intense. That will make them angry.
I know. I should.
How dare you? No, they'll be very angry about that.
I've seen it. I have seen it.
So there we go. Kind of interesting, right? I think I like the idea of making more informative videos like this. So if you'd like me to explore all the actors of another film, please let me know in the comments below. In the meantime, check out my channel for more videos from me. Like if you like, and I shall see you in the next one. Peace.
Well, at least he still thanks them on the credits, so yeah. Aye, that was pretty interesting. There's some of the things I actually did not know. Well, some of the actors I did not know who were in it, and yeah, it was really good. I really enjoyed that. To those who hasn't checked out his channel, please do, because he does like movie reviews and films that Buddy's in it, and they're absolutely hilarious. But that's it, guys. Thanks for watching, and yeah, and I shall see you guys in the next video. Peace.